Good evening, everyone. My name is Nigel Allen. I'm the president of OneCoin, and I'll be your host for this evening's webinar. If you haven't seen or heard one of our presentations before, you're in for a treat. My background is network marketing. I've been involved in this industry for 29 years. You could call me a veteran of the industry. And like many of you who've been involved in this business, I've been involved in a variety of different businesses and products. But I have to say that the OneCoin concept is the most exciting concept I've ever seen in my whole career. And frankly, it'll be the last business any of us will ever need to do if you follow what I'm going to be showing you this evening. I've got a lot of material to get through, so I'm going to move on very quickly now with the presentation. If you don't catch it, it'll be available for you to watch on YouTube and our Facebook channel tomorrow. So let's move on. Now, as a networker, and that's the reason I'm here, by the way, my background is networking, just like you. I have many of the same questions when someone presents an opportunity to me. And these are the kinds of questions that I have, and I would expect you to have too. You know, all too often what happens in network marketing is that people get excited about something and they stop asking the serious questions. They get carried away with the excitement and the passion, and they don't they let their heart rule instead of their head. And really, I'm asking you to do both. And I want you to be able to make an informed decision based upon knowing the facts. First thing I want to know is, what is OneCoin? I want to know, what is the business? What's the product? What's the concept? I also want to know who is behind it, who's running the company, what's their expertise, what's their experience, what's their background. I also want to know, is it legal? I don't want to get into trouble for promoting something. Is it real? Now, that's an interesting question. This is an acid test question for me anyway. Does the product or service that we're talking about have a real world market outside of the network? You know, all too often you see different network marketing companies that, if you're honest, nobody outside of the network either wants the product or is able to buy the product because it has no value to them. And this is a very important question. Next, I want to know, how do I make money? What is the business model? What type of business is it? And actually, with OneCoin, we have two businesses in one. We give you an opportunity for incredible income and cash flow, but plus also incredible capital growth. So I'm going to be showing both of those to you this evening. Most companies, you really only have the opportunity for income. Then I want to know, is it simple? Is it something I can do? Because if it's not simple, it won't duplicate. I need to know that I can present it to my friends or colleagues or neighbors, and they can say, yeah, I can do this. And also, I need it to be fair. You know, we have a simple but very fair plan. Then, once I've done that, I need to decide on my strategy. Am I in this for the short term or the long term? What do I want to get out of it in the next 3 months? What about the next 2 years? And more importantly, what are my exits? How do I get my money out? Because if you can't spend it, it's not worth anything. So what is OneCoin? Here's the first question. Well, it's a new type of cryptocurrency. And a cryptocurrency is a digitally created currency based upon advanced mathematical algorithms. And I'll explain that to you in a second. It was born on the success of Bitcoin. However, I must stress, we are not a copy of Bitcoin. We are not a Bitcoin clone. There are some of those out there. OneCoin is an entirely new concept. It's like a new generation cryptocurrency. OneCoin is not pre-mined. In other words, we're not in the coin selling business. We didn't go out and create a load of coins and start selling them to people. That's not what we do. In fact, we're giving the members, and that's you guys, the opportunity to create the market and mine the coins, and therefore keep all the profits. OneCoin will be traded on a public exchange, and again, this is one of the acid tests of whether a product or service is real or not. Can you sell it to the outside world? And we have a highly lucrative yet very simple and also very fair compensation plan without a lot of the catches that you see in so many other network marketing opportunities. So let me explain very quickly in simple terms what it means about an algorithm and how that relates to cryptocurrency. You know, my background, as I said, I've been in the industry a long time with various different products. So, you know, for me, 3-4 months ago, cryptocurrency was also a new concept. Now I understand it, I'm very, very excited about it. Firstly, an algorithm for a cryptocurrency has a fixed or finite number of solutions or outcomes. So it's like a puzzle with a very fixed number of solutions to it. Unlike, for example, money games, in which they can create as many fake coins or solutions as they want. Now, in our case, our algorithm or our mathematical formula can produce exactly 2.1 billion coins. Bitcoin, for example, was able to produce 21 million coins with their algorithm. Now, how can you have a mathematical puzzle or formula with a fixed number of coins? Because remember, the fact that it's fixed and of a limited supply is a contributor to its value and, of course, its legality. So everything here is governed by the mathematics, and it cannot be changed once the mining begins. So let's suppose you wanted to produce a new cryptocurrency. You say, I want to make or mine just 3 coins. How would you do that? Well, you come up with an algorithm or a puzzle that basically sets the question, what makes 5? How do I reach 5? Well, therefore, it would yield precisely 3 coins as a reward. If you look at this example, 5 is 3 plus 2. That's one answer. 5 is also 4 plus 1. That's a second answer. 5 is also 5 plus 0. So to answer the question, how do I get 5? I actually have 3 possible and a maximum of 3 solutions. And that's really what's the case. So if you had a look at our algorithm, you would see that it can produce 2.1 billion solutions, or therefore coins. So we mentioned the word Bitcoin earlier. Bitcoin is something that most people are now becoming quite familiar with. It was the very first cryptocurrency ever to become known and people aware of and be produced. And it was created, and they started mining it. By the way, mining is the terminology for computers to solve the puzzle. So they started mining the Bitcoin in January 2009. And really not many people knew about it in the beginning, except mainly computer nerds. And it started trading for 10 cents, that's US cents, per coin. In other words, every time the computer solved the puzzle, it creates a coin, and that was able to be sold on the open market. For about 2.5 years almost, it didn't really go anywhere, and until, as you see here, in May 2011, it rose to $35 per coin. Well, from 10 cents to $35, that's a 350 times increase in value in just under 2.5 years. Now, I don't know any opportunity or investment, whether it's stocks, shares, gold, property, you name it, that can rise in value 350 times in less than 2.5 years. However, it didn't stop there. By this time last year, it reached $1,200 per coin. And this is really by the time most people, some of you on this call, started hearing about Bitcoin and realizing that fortunes were being made. And of course, there's no doubt about it. People who got in early made absolute fortunes. But as you can see, the price has actually adjusted itself in recent months because it rose really, frankly, too sharply. And when things rise very quickly like that, they often come down and the market readjusts itself. However, what you can see here is a growth curve which is exciting for anyone, especially if you get in at these early stages. Now, out of interest, Bitcoin now has mined approximately 50% of the 21 million coins that are available. And as you see from this next graph, with a cryptocurrency, because it's all based upon mathematics, as you start to mine successive coins, the more you find, the more difficult it is to find the remaining coins or the remaining solutions to the puzzle. So in the beginning, you actually find a lot, and so therefore the mining difficulty is low, and therefore the cost of mining is low. But as you find more and more of the solutions, it's harder and harder to find the rest. And the cost of mining in terms of servers, server capacity, electricity, and so forth increases. So therefore, of course, the cost of the value of the coin also increases correspondingly. Here's a picture trying to give you the idea of what Bitcoin mining was like 5 or 6 years ago. Of course, that computer looks a little bit older than 6 years, but the point is this. When it first started, you could use a simple laptop and mine 1 coin per hour. Now, after they mined half the coins, it's becoming very, very expensive and much harder to find the rest of the Bitcoins. And you're needing huge servers and server farms, and people are joining big mining pools to try and mine the Bitcoins. And they're yielding one Bitcoin every 25 days approximately. But it's really meaning that people who are investing in Bitcoin now, in my opinion, have already missed the huge opportunity, because it's taking them nearly a year and a half to get their money back and become profitable. As you'll see, that's just the opposite here with OneCoin. You mentioned earlier, Terence, about some Bitcoin opportunities, and I think you can see here that it's actually becoming harder and harder to make money out of Bitcoin, in contrast to what I'm going to show you with OneCoin right now. Now, here's a true story. This is the first recorded offline Bitcoin transaction. In 2010, a man wanted to order pizza and decided he wanted to pay with Bitcoins, and it cost him 10,000 Bitcoins. That today would be worth somewhere in the region of 5 to 7 million US dollars. So there's a moral here is, when you get hold of your OneCoins, do not spend them or use them too soon. I'm sure this man is living to regret losing his Bitcoins over a pizza. Now, why is OneCoin not only different, but better than Bitcoin? There is sometimes an advantage in looking at the leader and saying, what can we do better? How can we improve on the model? Number one, we have a more advanced and more secure algorithm or script. Now, the reason we mention Bitcoin really is to give everyone a frame of reference, but I'm actually about to show you that we're very different and really a much better mousetrap. We have a smaller denomination, 2.1 billion coins versus 21 million. So that means that it will be much more useful as a real world currency. When Bitcoin reached up to $1,200 per coin, it really put it out of reach of the average person. And you have many people who have fractions of a coin. Well, people don't want to spend fractions of something. They want to actually hold, real units of something. In fact, we did some analysis and found out that worldwide there are no more than about 250,000 people who own more than one Bitcoin, although there are quite a few who own fractions of a Bitcoin. The One Exchange is our trading platform and one of the outlets that's going to be for the outside world. So unlike Bitcoin, which sells on many different exchanges around the world at different prices because it's, no one's really controlling it or managing the business, so to speak, that creates a lot of volatility. We won't have that. We'll have a single point and single price point to the world for the OneCoin. We have a dedicated management team responsible for strategy and attracting merchants. Yes, we already have merchants wanting to accept the OneCoin as a viable currency and building the OneCoin brand. So Bitcoin was really decentralized. They gave the algorithm to the world and really said, go guys, just go mine it. We actually have a dedicated management team building the coin and the brand. OneCoin will be mined in mining pools or teams, so you don't have to invest in expensive hardware, and if your friend has a faster computer than you, that doesn't give him an advantage because it'll be done under the umbrella of the OneCoin management company. Furthermore, OneCoin uses KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer Rules, which has really been in place in most financial institutions around the world since around 2001. Really since about 9/11 happened. And this is really what most banks and financial institutions now have to do when there is money involved. They have to know their customer. Bitcoin prided itself on being anonymous, which of course was exciting for criminals because many of them used it for buying drugs and weapons on the internet. The KYC procedure of OneCoin make sure that that can never happen with us, which of course will also make it much more attractive for merchants to deal with us and financial institutions to deal with us, since there can never be any allegation of money laundering with OneCoin. So who are we? I've told you what the concept is, what the product is more or less, and also giving you some background on why we're different. But so who is behind the company? Who's running it? Well, I actually happen to be doing this webinar tonight from our head office in Europe. and the founder of our company is Dr. Ruja Ignatova. Now, Dr. Ruja is a phenomenal lady. She has achieved a master's in law from the University of Oxford, a master's in economics from the University of Constance, and a PhD in European business law from Oxford and Constance. After university, she went on to become one of the youngest partners in McKinsey & Company, one of the preeminent management consultancies in the world, specializing in things like corporate banking, private equity, asset management, and so on. So I think you can see, even from these few things that I mentioned here from her background, you know, if you're looking at a cryptocurrency business which is basically to do with finance, who better to, you know, what more safe pair of hands on the wheel would there be than someone with a strong background in banking, law, and finance? She went on to become a CEO and CFO of a large asset management fund in Bulgaria, managing over 250 million euro assets. As you can see, also, whilst at McKinsey, she worked with many major banks like Sberbank in Russia, Unicredit, Allianz, and so on. But here's the one of the takeaways for me I like here is, in 2012, she was awarded Businesswoman of the Year in Bulgaria. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. If you've been around network marketing any period of time, answer this question. Which network marketing company have you ever been involved with or seen where the owner was nominated and awarded Business Person of the Year in their own country? None. I've never come across that. Now, in fact, the reason I'm in Bulgaria at the moment is they're having the awards for 2014 tomorrow night. And well, I think it's safe to say that we're all quite excited. There's a tip-off that, you know, Dr. Ruja may be awarded this a second time. So really, it's all about credibility, and you need to know that you have a very credible and safe pair of hands running the operation when you're putting your time and effort and financial future on the line. You can see also she's worked as a consultant with other cryptocurrencies and also published 2 books in German and Chinese, one in law and one in finance. If there are any doubts about her background, here's some photographs of some of her certificates. There's her master's in law from Oxford, certificates here from Harvard Law School, and here are her 2 books. Okay, in fact, we're getting this reprinted right now in China because many of our Chinese members are very excited to have their hands on a copy of this because, of course, as I said, it's all about credibility and it helps them promote business. Now, this is me, Nigel Allen. As you can see, I'm president of the OneCoin network, and really I was hired to do this job because of my network marketing background. I do not claim to be an expert in finance or cryptocurrency. Just as you are in network marketing, you do not have to become an expert in finance or cryptocurrency, because really our job is to build the network. Our job is to absorb the information and go out and build teams. As you can see from this, I've been involved in the industry since 1985 and built some large organizations around the world. I've also worked corporately in product development and both as a consultant and in management of major network marketing companies. And as I said, the most exciting part of my career so far was when I was asked to come on board as president of OneCoin. I've told you about the company, the product. I've told you about the owner and the management here. What about the company structure? You know, many companies not only don't tell you who their owners are, they also don't tell you where they're based. Well, you can see here, we're very transparent. OneCoin is a Gibraltar-based company, and that's obviously for strategic reasons. Gibraltar is part of Europe, and it's a tax-efficient state. But part of our operations is where I am right now, here in Sofia in Bulgaria, where we have a huge team of around 35 people already, and we're only 3 months into the business. And however, you could be forgiven for thinking that, you know, with a name like OneCoin and the kind of business that we're in, that we sell coins. No, we don't. Our business is actually the sales and distribution of education products. We are an education company. The network marketing arm of this business actually sells online education. We call it the One Academy. which is basically teaching you how to mine and make money from cryptocurrency. And it's on these education packages that we sell, that we pay the bonuses and commissions through the network marketing plan. The OneCoins themselves, nobody owns those. The people who mine them will become the owners of the OneCoin. As you can see also here is a letter from a law firm, and let's bring up the original, it'll be easier for you to read, which is an established German law firm addressed to OneCoin Limited in Gibraltar, giving their legal opinion on OneCoin and the legitimacy of our product and business. They explain a little bit about the legality of cryptocurrency, which is good to know. But here, the important line here, in my opinion, is where it says, in our opinion, the OneCoin is a legitimate product limited to 2.1 billion. Well, what are they really saying? You know, a German law firm is not likely to falsify anything just to please a client. So what they're really saying is, we've had an opportunity to examine the source code and the algorithm and satisfy ourselves that the OneCoin is exactly what it is purported to be. So what they're saying is, we've checked this out and it is the real thing. This is a legitimate cryptocurrency limited to 2.1 billion. So not only do they talk about the legality, they're also talking about the fact that it's a bona fide cryptocurrency. The letter also goes on to show all of the countries around the world where cryptocurrency is a legal commodity, which is pretty much everywhere except Iceland, I think. Here's some pictures of some of our team and our office here in Bulgaria. We'll be putting up some more pictures very shortly on our website, so you can get a much better picture or overview of the company and the people who are serving you on a daily basis in support or in IT and so on. As you can see here, OneCoin and cryptocurrency is considered legal really everywhere in the world. Wall Street Journal is talking about the trading of Bitcoin. The Winklevoss twins, these two gentlemen here, two of the early investors in Facebook who made millions from Facebook, now have a Bitcoin trust. I think it's safe to say that, you know, when Wall Street allows them to trade it and the governments in certain countries are trying to tax your capital gains, I think that's a fair assessment that it's a legal product. This is what's called a blockchain. This is from a website called blockchain.info, which is actually to do with Bitcoin transactions, and this streams in real time all of the transactions that are happening in Bitcoin, all the mining and so on. And so these green boxes here, this is just a picture, these green boxes are constantly changing, and there's tons of information on here. Now, a blockchain is another way that you can validate and verify for yourself that a cryptocurrency is a real cryptocurrency, because this cannot be faked. It's too difficult. And this will be streamed live. Our own blockchain will be streamed live into our members' back offices once we start mining the coin, which will start on January the 20th. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. So again, if anyone's talking to you about other businesses that sound similar to this, you have to ask some questions. Number one, how many coins can you produce? If they cannot give you a fixed answer, then they really don't have a real cryptocurrency. But even that they could maybe lie about. But you know what? The blockchain, they cannot fake that. Ask to see the blockchain. Okay, so there are several pointers that are going to help you make up your mind about a legitimate cryptocurrency, which OneCoin is. So the One Academy, what is the One Academy? It's online training, basically created by Dr. Ruja herself, and frankly, who better to teach you how to trade and make money with cryptocurrency and you know, look after your financial future than someone with a master's degree in economics and a master's in law and a PhD in law. You know, this is high-level training that you're paying for, and it's worth every single penny. You're getting interactive material with videos, presentations, and quizzes. Now, our training packages are fivefold. The smallest, the entry level, they call the starter package, is 130 euros, and it goes all the way up to our tycoon package of 5,030 euros, which is basically giving you all 5 levels of training. Now, that's what you're paying for, and that's what triggers all the bonuses. However, all packages contain free tokens. Now, these tokens serve a dual purpose. They can, if you wish, you can sell the tokens. You're perfectly entitled to sell your tokens to other members on our internal trading platform and cash out. And if you did that, you'll see with the price of the tokens, they started trading about 3 weeks ago at 10 cents. We're talking euro cents here. And now they're up to around 15 cents. So if you sold all of your tokens on the trading platform and cashed out, you would make more money than it cost you to buy your education package. So your education is entirely free. However, the other purpose, really, in my opinion, is for you to use the tokens to practice what you're learning in the Trading Academy. But the real game here, the real end game, so to speak, is to use your tokens to buy slots for mining the OneCoin itself. See, the OneCoin, the cryptocurrency, is not something that you can buy. It is something that you can mine. And how do you mine it? You use the tokens to mine the coins. And of course, the more tokens you can acquire through buying them from other members or through your buying your education packages, the more of the OneCoins you're going to be able to mine and therefore own. So what can I do with the tokens? Number one, you can sell them on the exchange and cash out. No problem with that. You can keep them, and here's something I haven't mentioned so far, and wait for your portfolio to split. Now, all of the packages will actually split or double the amount of tokens you hold in your account one time. If you own the top package, which is a Tycoon package for 5,000 euros, that will actually split 2 times. I'm going to give you some maths in a second, so take a pen and paper and write this down because it's going to show you some exciting numbers. So once you've got the tokens, my opinion is, advice is that you should wait for it to split and then invest those in joining the mining pools. Now let me explain, and I don't have a slide for this right now, but so I'm going to explain it. So I want you to, if you can write this down, please do so. The top package is called the Tycoon package. It costs 5,000 euros. Now, that gives you more than 5,000 euros worth of education, but it also gives you 60,000 tokens. Now, if you sold all 60,000 tokens at the starting price of just 10 cents, euro cents, you would make, or you get a return of 6,000 euros. So you can see you're already ahead of the game. You know, you haven't actually risked anything. At the moment, the tokens are trading at around 15 cents with other members because many people are wanting to buy them. We actually have more buyers than sellers at the moment because people are understanding. And so at 15 cents, 60,000 tokens, I think, would yield you somewhere around 9,000 euros. So we're talking about basically a risk-free opportunity here. However, if you wait for your tokens or your account to split, which will probably happen somewhere in the weeks leading up to when we start mining, on January the 20th, those 60,000 tokens will become 120,000 tokens. Again, you could sell those and cash out, but I wouldn't do that. I would wait and let it split again if you have the Tycoon package. Approximately 8 to 12 weeks later, it will split a second time. So your 60,000 tokens will go from up to 120 and then to 240,000 tokens. Now, what's the value in that? Well, when we start mining the OneCoin, it will start trading initially with a value of €0.5 or 50 euro cents. And it will take 5 tokens, because the mining difficulty will be low in the beginning, it will take 5 tokens to yield one OneCoin. In other words, you'll need 500 tokens to join a mining pool. And so for every 5 tokens you've got, you will be able to mine one OneCoin. So let's look at your 240,000 tokens you've now got, say, about 4 or 5 months from now. 240,000 tokens divided by 5 would give you a figure of 48,000 OneCoins. Now, at a starting value of €0.5, 48,000 OneCoins means that you could sell those effectively and cash out and get 24,000 euros. Now, what did you start with? You started with a 5,000 euro education package. Less than 6 months later, you could actually walk away with 24,000 euros. Now, the estimate, and I'm going to show you a slide for this in a second, and this is based upon Dr. Rouge's financial modeling, based upon the growth of the network and other factors. The estimate is that this the OneCoin price in the first 12 months could rise on a conservative side to 2.5 euros or as much as 5 euros. So from half a euro to 5 euros is a 10-fold increase. So if that takes place, your 24,000 euro return could rise in 12 months to 240,000 euros. You know, you cannot sell all your tokens at the same time. You have a limitation on that of 1.5% of the quantity of tokens, your free tokens in your account at any given time. So basically, what I'm explaining to you here is if you actually have some patience and some restraint, rather than trying to sell too soon and cash out too soon, you're going to make some huge, huge gains. So let's move on. Here's the trading platform, a snapshot of that or a screenshot of that. You'll be able to trade tokens against cash, against the OneCoin, against other things like the Aurum gold coins, which you get free in your package as well. What you see here is also the split barometer, which is going to show you how close we're getting to, you know, really the market heating up to a point, heating up to a point where it needs to split. So this is a bespoke trading platform designed by Dr. Ruja, and it's a very robust trading platform that's going to serve us well many years into the future as this becomes the central hub for trading the OneCoin around the world. OneCoin is the future, not just of cryptocurrency, but of currency in general. You know, it is innovative, it is secure, and it is real. As I say, there's some huge advantages in following the leader sometimes. Bitcoin's been around, so we have an opportunity to look at them and say, how can we improve on it? You know, for years, Hertz was the #1 car rental company in the world, and Avis was #2. So they had a slogan, because we're #2, we try harder. And that's exactly the same case here. We've been able to look at Bitcoin and say, how can we improve it? And it will be 100% mined by our members. In other words, the members, that's you, are the people who will own the OneCoins. The company doesn't own the OneCoins. We are a marketing company selling online education. The people who actually own the coins are the people who mine the coins. That's the people here. And you guys, you are all early adopters. You're right. You should thank whoever introduced you to have shown you this so early in the day. You know, we don't even start mining until January at our Hong Kong mining launch extravaganza event. You'll be joining a pool of miners, as I say, so you can start mining without huge investment. The real-time mining or our blockchain will be watched and viewed live in your back office so you can see that it's real. And remember what I said, in the beginning, the mining difficulty is low, therefore the price is low. Now is the time to get in and get as many tokens and therefore as many coins as possible. Because as mining increases, as the difficulty increases, the price will rise. It will be traded on a public exchange like Bitcoin and Litecoin, the #1 and 2. So very quickly, our bonus plan. Remember, we sell education packages, as you can see them here. These are the 5 packages: Starter, Trader, Pro Trader, Executive, and Tycoon Trader, with different levels of education. So the more you pay, the more detailed and intensive the education you're getting. And my advice to you is you go for the best package you can afford. And whatever you can afford, if you can't afford the best, upgrade as soon as you can, because you need all the education. You don't want to be going into something that's blind. So as you can see here, our top package here is 5,000 euros, which, as I mentioned. Now, a point to point out here for networkers, not only is the price 5,000 euros, the BV is also 5,000. So we have a one-to-one relationship, or 100% BV. We're not like those companies that say, look, we'll charge you 5,000 euros, but we only pay BV on 3,000. This is a one-to-one relationship. And as you can see here, all packages get free tokens. But in fact, the best return on investment is the Tycoon Trader package. You also get this AGC or Aurum Gold coins. This is really a thank you present from the company, a kind of gift with purchase from the company. When you join OneCoin and you buy an education package, you actually get free Aurum Gold coins, which I'll explain in a second. But this is a partner company, which is a hybrid cryptocurrency which backs up all its coins with real gold. You also get the OneCoin, which is our debit card solution, for receiving your commissions. There are many other ways you can get your commissions, but that's one of them. So remember what I said, it's 1 to 100% BV. So number one, direct sales bonus. This is how we trigger bonuses for marketing the education packages. Number one, direct sales bonus. On all personal sales, you get a 10% bonus. So if you sponsor me and I buy a tycoon package for 5,000 euros, you get 500 euros, 10%. The network bonus, you get 10% on your weaker leg. It's a weak leg binary with no qualification. You don't have to put one on the left and one on the right. There's no monthly maintenance or qualification involved. So basically, you can get paid on all of the business volume in your weaker leg. If I was to join your business and I bought a tycoon package and I was on your weaker leg, you would get 10% of that. So you'd get 500 euros. That's on one sale in your weaker leg. I don't know any binary plan out there that pays so generously. Here's our matching bonus. This is one of my favorite bonuses. It actually pays up to 4 generations deep if you have a tycoon package, starting with 10 on the first, 10 on the second, 20 on the third, and 25 on the 4th generation. But here's the other thing. It's a very easy qualification. I've seen matching bonuses which have been really complicated. They look great until you realize it's very hard to actually earn it. Here, 2 personal sales, 1 trader package of 500 euros on the left, 1 on the right, and you are permanently qualified for all matching bonus. I've done a little illustration here of how matching bonus alone can grow, and it's based upon 2 assumptions. One is that the people in your organization are earning 100 euros a week in network bonus. Well, I've just explained to you that 500 euros a week is entirely possible just from 1 sale, and it's also assuming that you're qualified with 1 trader sale on the left and 1 on the right. So let's suppose you go out and build a very ordinary, average organization. You go out and find 2 people, help them find 2, help them find 2, etc. through 4 levels or 4 generations. Your matching bonus alone would be, in this example, assuming they're earning 100 euros each, 620 euros a week. Now, as you can see, of course, all the other positions down to trader also earn matching bonus. It's that 4th level or 4th generation with 25%, which really kicks in. But frankly, that's below average. The industry average is that people will sponsor between 2 and 3 people. So let's suppose you do, let's say 50% more work and teach everyone else to do the same. And you go out and build a team with, find 3 good people, help them find 3, and so on through 4 levels. Look how your matching bonus jumps to over 2,785 for the same work, effectively, just a 50% more work. But again, this is what I consider an average organization. Everyone on this call tonight is not average. You are leaders, you are early adopters, otherwise you wouldn't be joining us and looking at us at this stage in the business. What if you go out and do what real leaders do? You go out and find 5 people, help them find 5, and so on through 5 generations. What could your matching bonus be then? 18,425 on the same assumptions of 100 euros a week. Now, you may say it'll take me a year, or take me 6 months, or whatever time it takes to build a team of 5 who get 5, who get 5, and so on. My answer to you is, so what? It doesn't matter how long it takes. It's probably going to be, are you earning that already from your current business or current job? Likely not. So if it takes you 6 months or it takes you a year, it doesn't matter. You're not in competition with anyone else. You're just doing this for yourself, and this is purely just matching bonus. And this is on top of all the other incomes that you can make, and on top of all the other profit centers. Remember the example I just gave you about being able to mine 48,000 coins and being worth 24,000 euros and so on. That's based upon no sponsoring. That's based upon no team building. That's purely a return for being a tycoon in our business. Startup bonus, another incentive. In your first 30 days after you join, you'll receive 10%, a further 10%. You're already getting 10% direct sales bonus, but if in your first 30 days you sponsor or you sell more than 5,500 euros worth, which is really effectively just a tycoon package and a trader package, you'll get a further 10% bonus. We just launched our recognition and rewards program starting 1st of November. And as you can see here, I'm not going to go into huge details on this tonight, but we actually have several levels of additional rewards for high achievers as you build your team. Some people call them pin levels or ranks. And this is where we'll be recognizing you at events and giving you special prizes once you achieve these particular targets, from an iPhone 6 to a MacBook through to Rolexes, and the top position here, Crown Diamond, which is 500,000 euros in Aurum Gold coins. So in fact, we already have a couple of members who are very close to the Black Diamond level. So it's very exciting times. Anyone here can be making some very serious money in the next 3 to 6 months. The One Life Points bonus, again, another free item you get with the your package. You don't actually have to do anything for it. This is really like a loyalty program. It's like a club card where you get points just for being a member. And really what happens is, according to which package you have, the more people who join the business after you, regardless of whether they're in your team or not, this adds to your One Life points, which you're going to be able to trade in for watches and other exclusive rewards. And here's a table showing you, as numbers join the company after you, how your points can add up on a daily basis in your back office. I said I'd mention very briefly the Aurum Gold coins. Another free item when you join the company, you get in your package the Aurum Gold coins, which is a hybrid currency based in Dubai and a pioneer in the world of virtual currency, because they back up every coin that they create with 1 milligram of solid gold. And you get that completely free as a member. And as you can see here, even our rookie or free position gets some free gold coins, but all the others get even more, with the Tycoon getting 2,500 Aurum Gold coins, which is 2.5 grams of gold in your name in the vault in Dubai. Now, if you wanted to sell that on the trading platform to other members, you'll be able to do that as well. But as I mentioned earlier, you know, the top position of Crown Diamond will also be getting a gift or reward of €500,000 worth of Aurum coins. So I mentioned the OneCoin growth potential earlier. As you can see here, the potential is to go from €0.50, which is what it will do when it starts in January. Now, someone said to me last week, how did you arrive at that figure? How do we know that €0.50 is the right value for the OneCoin when it's launched? And really, Dr. Ruja answered this very simply, because she's done the maths, she's crunched the numbers. And frankly, that is what it costs to produce it, with factoring in all of the costs of servers and electricity and all the rest of it. It will cost €0.50 to create one coin. So that will be the starting value. And as I said, 5 tokens will get you one coin. So the more tokens you can acquire and accumulate, buying them from other people, from your package, through your earnings and so on, the more tokens you get, the more OneCoins you're going to be able to mine. And as you can see, those will increase in value over time based upon the mathematics and of course the growth in the network. The more people who join, the more people who are mining, the more the mining difficulty increases, the more the value increases. And so this really is a mathematical certainty that it will rise. Whether it goes to €2.50 or to €5, that I can't tell you, but it will rise. What if it only rises in the first couple of months from €0.50 to €1? You've doubled your money. So let's have a look at 3 years now. Remember, I said there's rewards here for being patient, showing some restraint. People who try and sell too soon, in my opinion, will regret it, because they'll find that had they held on to them, they will probably make a lot more money. So let's look at the lowest case or base scenario here. That €0.50 start 3 years from now could be worth €50, which is a 100-fold increase. It could even go as high as €100 or more. But if it has a 100-fold increase, let's suppose you only started with 10,000 coins, and those 10,000 coins reach what? €50. that's already a €500,000 in capital growth you've achieved in 3 years. This is completely separate from your earnings in the compensation plan. Remember what I said, we've got two opportunities here. The network marketing business, which is selling the education packages, gives you tremendous income and cash flow. This is what you need to pay your bills while you're building, whilst your assets are growing. But the OneCoin itself is going to give you real wealth. The more OneCoins you can acquire and hold on to, the more real wealth you'll have, because that is an asset. Here's some examples of some strategies where, number one, you can have a short-term attitude. You could cash out quickly, sell all your tokens over the next, say, 4 to 5 months at the market price, and you would still, as a tycoon, walk away with €31,000, or as a pro trader, which costs €1,000 to join, somewhere between €2,000 and €3,000. My opinion is you're better off with a longer-term strategy, somewhere between 1 and 2 years, where you don't sell your tokens. In fact, you buy tokens from other members and invest them in mining the OneCoin. And there you can be looking at profits, and I've already shown you these numbers, so this shouldn't come as any surprise, of €235,000 up to €475,000 over a 2-year period. Or you can have what's known as a balanced strategy, which means you sell some of your tokens to recover your initial investment and you invest the rest in mining the OneCoin. That's what some people call playing with house money. You no longer got any risk. You completely discounted your exposure, and so everything is pure profit. And even then, you could still walk away with profits somewhere in the region of €200,000 to €400,000. How do we create value for our members? That's a good question. Well, in the beginning, and this is something that attracts a lot of people in the network, of course, you have speculation. You can buy and sell, and you can rise very quickly. You get very excited by that, which is great. Then, of course, you have what's known as the value store. Those are the people who, will hold on, the long-term investors, so to speak, who are looking for the value to increase incrementally over time, and they're willing to wait it out. As you can see here, the third area is called utility, which doesn't start right at the beginning because we need to actually produce some coins for it to kick in. But utility, for me, is the most exciting part in many ways because it makes everything else real. And utility simply means this. It's how you can actually use the OneCoin. It's how you can spend it, how it can be traded, how it can be used as a currency, as a commodity, as a means of exchange. And of course, by creating the utility, and we have the management team, myself included, here to create that utility and give you those different outlets to use the OneCoin and trade them, that also validates the value store and the speculation. The one card, I mentioned that briefly earlier. This is a MasterCard debit card available free to everyone who has a trader package or higher. Starter will have to pay for it separately. You can receive your commissions on this. Of course, you can spend it at any location that accepts MasterCard. Other ways of receiving your commissions, of course, are in your bank account. Thirdly, you can also issue gift certificates or gift codes to new prospects and members. They can pay you cash, and that's another way of getting some money out of the system quite quickly. I have to announce tonight also the Perfect Money e-wallet is working perfectly now if you want to cash out that way. We also have now introduced member-to-member wallet transactions. So if you want to, maybe you hold multiple accounts, maybe you have several tycoon packages or whatever, and you want to consolidate all your cash from your cash account into a single one, you can transfer from one e-wallet to another e-wallet now. I also want to mention the upcoming events. I mentioned briefly that we're starting mining the OneCoin, the actual OneCoin itself, on January the 20th. And we're commemorating that with a huge extravaganza event where we will be having somewhere between 200 and 300 or maybe even more people in Hong Kong. And in Hong Kong, we're going to be streaming the mining live on a huge screen, and of course all around the world to our back office, to your back offices. Everyone who attends that event will get some huge benefits and surprises. Now, you may say, how can I attend an event in Hong Kong? I can't afford to pay for that. Well, there are ways you can pay. Of course, going out and building a business will help you. But we've also put together an incentive to help you get there if you want. Of course, you can attend the event. Everyone's welcome. However, if you want to attend the event and the VIP dinner and have your hotel paid for, all you need to do is sell 10,000 points worth of education packages by December 20th, which is effectively 2 tycoon packages or any other combination. So that would means that the company would then cover your hotel accommodation and the event and the VIP dinner with Dr. Ruja, myself, and other senior members of staff and top leaders. If you want to have your flights covered as well, all you need to do then is make a further 10,000 euros in sales up to January the 20th, and you will be able to have your flights reimbursed up to a value of 800 euros, which pretty much covers anywhere in the world a return flights to Hong Kong. So if you're an active builder, you go out and sponsor people and go and build teams. If you sell, for example, 2 tycoon packages before December the 20th, you know your hotel is covered in Hong Kong, you know your event and VIP event dinner is covered in Hong Kong for our mining launch event. If you go out and sell another 2 packages, so by January 20th, it means your flights are covered too. Now, what if you get out and start building a team and you get all your team to do the same? You're going to make an absolute fortune. And I promise you this, everyone who attends that event is going to get some real free but surprise rewards. Very exciting time. And so if I were you and I were in the field right now, I would do whatever it took to get me to that event. Okay, January the 20th, you're going to be there for 2 to 3 days. If you work full time, make sure you take that week off. It's going to be a week that changes your life. Also, I'm happy to announce that we're opening our Hong Kong office on December the 16th. Our first major office outside of Europe. We'll be spending a lot of my time there. We have a manager there who speaks fluent Cantonese and Mandarin, and it will be a hub for members who want to introduce people and get some training and I'll interact with the company on a one-to-one basis to actually see a physical office that they can come and attend. So lots of very exciting things happening right now in the business. You could not be getting in at a better time. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap up tonight's call. I'll see you on the next call, which will be 2 days from now on Thursday evening. Make sure you get as many people as you can to attend that call. But remember, network marketing, and I've been doing this a long time, is about selling events, promoting events. And the next upcoming event is next Thursday's webinar. Get everyone onto that. And I'll see you at the top. Thank you and good night.